According to a theory, Nostradamus predicted the Yellowstone volcano eruption more than 5 centuries ago in his book Les Prophéties. And he didn't exactly picture this eruption as being a walk in the park, so they say. He spoke of great floods and earthquakes taking place in the United States. So how close is this prediction to fact? I'm gonna break it down for you right now on I.O. Welcome back to your daily dose of anxiety. Inform overload. I'm Charlotte Doran. On this channel we do the news and make it entertaining, and yes, people find Nostradamus' doomsday predictions entertaining. I'm not really sure what's so entertaining about the world ending, but I personally find these predictions fascinating. If you do too, hit that like and subscribe, and follow Inform Overload on Instagram while you at it. Alrighty, let's get into it. In the year 1555, Nostradamus made predictions in his book Les Prophéties that people are picking apart even to this day. Nostradamus was a French philosopher, astrologer, and seer, and some people credit him with being a prophet. Nostradamus supposedly predicted many historical events in his book, which consists of 942 poetic quatrains. He has many supporters who credit him for accurately predicting many world events, including the Great Fire of London, the French Revolution, the rise of Hitler and Napoleon, and even Donald Trump. He's credited with predicting both world wars, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the Apollo moon landings, the tragic death of Princess Diana, and the September 11th attacks. That right there is a pretty hefty list. And I should know, because I write lots of lists. Since he died 500 years ago, Les Prophéties has almost always been in print. You can still get copies of it today. Now on to the Yellowstone business. There is one passage in particular where Nostradamus wrote about a volcanic fire and huge earthquakes in the quote, new city. The location of the new city that he speaks about is up for debate. The issue with Nostradamus' predictions is that they're very vague, but most followers of him believe that he was talking about a city in the United States, which was discovered by Christopher Columbus only 100 years before Nostradamus wrote his book. Christopher Columbus called the United States at the time the New World. And at that time, Europe was abuzz with news and stories about the new world that Columbus had discovered. It was a hot topic of debate because very little was known about it at the time. So there was a lot of speculation. Nostradamus' predictions are as follows. An earthquake shall concern particularly the western area of New City. Its power shall be felt in lands throughout the globe. Volcanic fire from the middle of the earth will cause trembling around the new city. So, seeing as the Yellowstone supervolcano is in Wyoming, Yellowstone National Park, it definitely correlates with Nostradamus' prediction. Wyoming is in the western part of the United States. The Yellowstone caldera is a volcanic caldera and supervolcano in Yellowstone National Park. The caldera formed as a result of the last 3 super eruptions that took place over the last 2.1 million years. One eruption was 2.1 million years ago, another 1.3 million years ago, and another 664,000 years ago. If it erupted again, it would not be a pretty sight. Around 6,000 times more powerful as the eruption of Mount St. Helens that killed 57 people in 1980. The Yellowstone volcano could send ash spewing into the air for thousands of miles across the US, ruining crops, buildings, power plants, and likely killing hundreds if not thousands in the process. Some news outlets even report that an eruption could make 2/3 of the United States uninhabitable. And according to the website Before It's News, there are signs that this prediction is coming true. Increased political tension and natural disasters. Before It's News wrote, "It's time to shift the world into a state of preparedness, not conflict. The age of great floods has begun. It's not going to stop. If the leadership of your country is not promoting a universal state of preparedness, perhaps it's time for new leadership." The website also cited the Bible passage Revelation 8:8, which is, "The second angel sounded its trumpet, and something like a huge mountain, all ablaze, was thrown into the sea. A third of the sea turned into blood." I ain't no scientist, but that kind of sounds like a volcano, doesn't it? Fire plus mountain equals volcano, right? I'm so good at math, guys. But I have a thing. Just a little thing, small thing. Before It's News is not necessarily a trusted source. It's not where I normally get my news, but I know you guys like stories about Nostradamus, so I wanted to tell you guys about this. There are plenty of tabloid magazines and outlets that say that the Yellowstone volcano is due for an eruption and could erupt any minute, causing an apocalyptic scenario. But experts say that that's not true at all. So I'm just gonna ease your anxiety a little bit. According to Forbes magazine, the Yellowstone volcano is actually not overdue for an eruption. Scientist Michael Pollan wrote in a blog post for the US Geological Survey that Yellowstone is not even close to erupting. And furthermore, it's impossible to predict when a volcano is gonna erupt because volcanoes don't follow a schedule. Like, I mean, I don't know any volcanoes, but I'm pretty sure they don't have Google Calendar. Oh yes, I'm supposed to erupt on this day. Okay, I gotta get prepared. Doesn't happen. Not all volcanoes are the same, and they don't all follow the same rules. The chances of the Yellowstone volcano erupting anytime soon are actually pretty low. In fact, it's highly probable that it might never erupt again. The US Geological Survey says that the odds of the Yellowstone volcano erupting again are 0.00014%. There's a lot of zeros. That is even less likely than a huge apocalyptic asteroid hitting our planet and wiping out an entire civilization. I will also let you know that most academic sources are critical of Nostradamus, and do not believe he had any sort of supernatural powers that would have allowed him to predict the future. Experts argue that if any of his predictions came true, it was a result of misinterpretations or mistranslations of his writing. Because Nostradamus' predictions are so vague, you could literally twist them to fit practically anything. And English translations of Les Prophéties are not good quality. They're based on later manuscripts that were made by authors that didn't know very much about 16th century French language. Oftentimes, Nostradamus' predictions are deliberately mistranslated to make the prophecies fit whatever events the translator believes they were meant to predict. You know, sell tabloids. But I want to hear your thoughts down there in the comments. Do you think Nostradamus was a real prophet? I like how I wrote profit, like profit money. Do you think the Yellowstone volcano will erupt? Let me know down there in those comments, and while you do that, I'm gonna do some comment replies. Haley Hart said, hi, what about one day a week you guys all sit down together and do a 15-minute video or so and talk about all the stuff that's happened in the news the past week. Give your point of views and have a little convo about it. That is an awesome idea, and you know what, you're not the first person that's thought of that. I've definitely thought about doing this as well, but the problem is all the hosts who are on this channel also host other channels. So we're really busy as it is. It would be a pretty intense undertaking because it would take up a lot of our time, but it's always a future possibility. I did say like 3 months ago that we wouldn't be doing 10-minute long videos, and here we are. Maria Reyes said, your hair looks lighter. Did I miss a video or is it a wig? I don't dye my hair or wear wigs, I just have a tan, so it makes my hair look lighter. Your girl went to the beach, okay? Arlie Romero said, you're the best, Charlotte. No, you. Melissa Lopez said, can y'all stop making long videos please? I miss your short videos. So for the time being, we are going to be doing less daily uploads, but spending more time making our videos better and longer, at least for the next little while. But our main goal is to increase the quality of our videos, and we hope you appreciate it. Why are you smiling when your neck said, let's see you heart pop locking skills, Charlotte? Do you mean pop and locking, like the breakdance move? I don't know if I remember how to do that. I still got it. There you go. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, but if you want to keep watching, there's a playlist right over here with a bunch of videos just like this one. And obviously, you should leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so I can see you in a future IO video.